Want to make a little extra cash and rent out your home using Airbnb or Vrbo in Virginia Beach? Well, soon you might be able to, but only if you live in select areas. It's part of the city's ever-evolving plans to manage the growing short-term rental industry. And as 10 on Your Side's Brett Hall explains, those who ignore the rules could face hefty fines.
Come rediscover the beaches of Virginia Beach.
As the city plans to roll out its summer marketing campaign, realtor Scott Westfall says his client and owner of this property off 25th Street at the oceanfront, Bow Low, was looking forward to getting a permit to list the home to rent on Airbnb and Vrbo.
It's kind of been their dream to own their own property that they could one day retire in and also share with other people. And
Low just bought the property in October, and while he and his wife still live in Northern Virginia, Westfall says he was hired to manage the rental until they move, following all the city's rental requirements like banning events, limiting the number of rentals per week, and people allowed to stay overnight.
And it met all of the requirements.
But last month, even though the city's planning department recommended City Council approve Low's application,
by a vote of 10 to 0, this application has been denied.
Complaints from neighbors about the home possibly attracting out-of-town partiers and changing the character of the historic Old Beach community prompted a unanimous no vote.
In my opinion, it is not fair.
Not fair, especially because 10 on Your Side found out there's a short-term rental that backs up to the property.
He doesn't feel that it's a very equitable or fair process.
We took those concerns to his council representative, Guy Tower.
There are people who live in neighborhoods who, when they bought, they didn't expect to have short-term rentals to deal with.
He, along with Councilmember Lewis Jones and Vice Mayor Jim Wood, are proposing a plan to further limit where people can operate new short-term rentals to traditional tourist areas like parts of the oceanfront, the North End, Sandbridge, and parts of Shore Drive. We're here on the east side of Arctic Avenue, just where it meets with 26th Street down at the oceanfront. And according to the proposed plan to regulate short-term rentals, all of these property owners, well, they'd be allowed to have up to 2 rentals per week and never even ask City Council for approval. But if you cross over to the west side of Arctic Avenue at that same cross street, doing a rental could land you a $200 fine. So what do you say to people that say that's just not fair?
You know, it is what it is.
Yes, stronger enforcement is on the way.
We just need to make sure we get boots on the ground.
Planning Director Bobby Tahan says a company is being paid by taxpayers to seek out rentals on Airbnb and Vrbo that aren't registered with the city. He's proposed a new fee for short-term rental operators to hire more enforcement staff.
And that will help put the citizens that aren't operating them, that are neighbors, at ease.
Westfall says there must be a better solution, or the city will suffer in the long run.
Travel is moving towards Airbnbs, and if there's not that type of housing, we're going to start losing tourist and tourism dollars.
City Council plans to have a public hearing on the new plan in several weeks. In Virginia Beach, Brett Hall, 10 on Your Side.
And for more specifics on that new plan up for debate, go to WAVY.com.